What's up, crypto land? Black Crypto here. Listen, I have an important question for you. Are you ready for the next Bitcoin or cryptocurrency bull run? Do you have skin in the game right now? Why am I asking this question? Of course, right now Bitcoin is at $35,000. Who would have expected Bitcoin to shoot up to $35,000? Just about 10 days ago, it was about $26,000, $27,000, and now quickly it shot up to about $35,000, especially with all of the great news that's going on right now in terms of, for instance, the ETF approval right now and so many other things that's happening right now. The more important thing is of course, do you have skin in the game? Are you ready for this next bull run? What if we all of a sudden shoot up to $50,000, $60,000, $100,000? It can happen. It only took 10 days. It can happen over the next 10 days. Of course, Bitcoin is up over 100% year to date in terms of course, the beginning of 2023, which was about $16,000 or so. Now, look at where we are at. Of course, we can end the year about $40,000, $45,000, who knows? And of course, the ETF isn't even approved yet. Once the ETFs get approved, we can see, of course, billions of dollars come into the cryptocurrency market, especially in terms of course, Bitcoin. And of course, that price can shoot up. It can shoot up to about $50,000 to $100,000 very quickly. And it can shoot up in terms of a matter of a few days or even hours, depending on how coordinated they are when it comes to them in terms of putting their money in, because we don't know what all of these big players are planning to do and when exactly are they planning to do it. The best thing that we can do, hey, be prepared. One of the ways that you can be prepared is, of course, education, understanding Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? Matter of fact, how to get Bitcoin. I am still surprised to this day the amount of people who have heard about Bitcoin and still do not own any Bitcoin or do not know how to at least get Bitcoin. Of course, you can get a wallet, a Coinbase wallet, a Trust wallet, Exodus wallet, any of these particular wallets, and you can buy some Bitcoin. Of course, some of these cryptocurrency wallets, you can buy it directly in the wallet itself, or more importantly, you can go to an online exchange like Binance or Coinbase or Gate.io or KuCoin, any of these big reputable, of course, exchanges, and buy some Bitcoin there. Don't leave it there, but of course, take possession of your Bitcoin in terms of withdrawing it out from that exchange and withdrawing it into your own wallet. More importantly, I like to always tell people, of course, to get a hardware wallet like the Ledger, the Nano X. Get a hardware wallet so you can, of course, secure your own cryptocurrency. That way you have possession of it and you can spend it whenever you want to spend it. And you're, of course, not subject to anything going wrong with, for instance, an exchange going down, like, for instance, Celsius or, of course, the FTX, right? And you can then take part in this ecosystem in terms of course, the future. When the price of Bitcoin goes all the way up, you can also, of course, assume all of those gains and make the decision at that time what you want to do with your Bitcoin or your other cryptocurrencies. Of course, it's not only about Bitcoin. All of these other altcoins as well, they're also gaining a lot of percentages this week, especially because of Bitcoin. Some of them are closely tethered to Bitcoin, not in terms of pegged to, of course, Bitcoin, but they kind of follow suit. So once the cryptocurrency market goes up with Bitcoin or some of the bigger players, like for instance, Ethereum, some of the other smaller altcoins go up too. And hey, I'm talking about bigger gains than, of course, Bitcoin or Ethereum, because they are a part of the smaller, of course, market caps. So you can possibly gain more with those. So you want to pay attention, of course, to some of these altcoins that I've been talking about for a long time. This is the time to definitely double down. Start, of course, accumulating as much as you can, because when the bull run comes, you don't want to be left behind. Now, of course, we can see a big crash come right about now, and of course it goes from $35,000 to maybe about $15,000. But hey, you obviously see that there's a possibility of it, of course, going up. And are you going to say you're not going to get involved with it, or you're waiting for the price to go down and it may never go down ever again to $15,000 or $20,000? But if it does, maybe you have a little bit of money set aside just in case. But what you should do is, of course, at the price that it is right now, of course, you want to have skin in the game and get some right now as well, because you never know. It may go all the way up and never go down ever again. Of course, not financial advice, just common sense, depending on how you look at it. You may have a little bit of fear because you see all of the bad news that's going on in the market. But who cares? Do what you have to do for yourself. So I just want to make this quick little video because I'm just surprised at the amount of people that still talk so badly about Bitcoin, which Bitcoin really hasn't failed. It's one of the best performing asset classes that we've seen in our lifetime. And you're still scared to jump in. Of course, when it comes to you jumping in terms of the internet, you were scared because of the .com crash and all of that kind of stuff. But you're still using the internet today. Imagine where Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market is going to be in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years. You want to say that, hey, I was there, I took part in it, and I also reaped the benefits of that. If you're just looking for a monetary gain and not looking at it in terms of technology itself in a way that is definitely I see so many industries that are transforming right now because of cryptocurrency that I'm not going to get into because it's a little technical, but you're going to see a lot of services that you're used to online now benefiting from, of course, cryptocurrencies in the future. Learn about cryptocurrencies, learn about Bitcoin, get involved with Bitcoin. Put your spare change with that, okay? Don't, of course, go and spending all your life savings because, of course, you can get wrecked, right? But, of course, you want to, of course, again, like I keep on saying, have skin in the game. You never know. We can be ending up at 40, 45,000 with these ETFs definitely getting approved, and it can happen at any second. Possibly it's going to happen next year if it's not happening by the end of this year, but it's definitely going to happen very quickly with, of course, few applications now getting listed. So that already tells us that it's going to happen. Of course, it's going to take billions and billions and billions of dollars to, of course, double Bitcoin from 35 to 70, of course, $1,000. It will have to double in terms of their market cap. So is that realistic to say that that's going to happen very quickly? Possibly no. You might see, of course, Bitcoin get an influx of about maybe $20 billion or so over the course of the next year, but that still is going to spike the price up. And if you're playing your position correctly, you can gain that 10% in terms of gains and cash out if that's something that you want to do, or use it as a store of value that is intended and hold it for the long term and have generational wealth for yourself and your children. I'm Black Crypto. Just wanted to give that little nugget out to you guys, but get prepared because you never know what's going to happen and how quickly it's going to happen.